everybody. In this video, we'll go through all the specifications of the Yamaha DTX M12 and how to use it with its own software on the iPad, which is the DTX MULTI-12. Let's start by downloading the app on the iPad. We can find it on the App Store. It's a free app. After installing it on the iPad, we open the multi-touch. The second step is to connect the DTX to the iPad. Here we have to use this type of adapter. We connect the USB cable to the DTX on one hand and to the iPad on the other hand, using the adapter. Once connected, we notice that the connect button turned green, and that means that the connection is good. From now on, all the DTX parameters can be easily changed from the iPad. The first example. We'll start using the preset drum kit. We choose the drum kit, for example preset number 9, then we start adjusting it. The adjustment can include all the parameters such as sound type, volume, effects, panoramic, etc. First, we create an empty user kit. Then we press the plus button. We select the new kit in the menu. Then we press anywhere outside to remove it from the screen. At the bottom of the screen, we notice two different buttons. The first button is to import from the DTX, and the second button is to export from the DTX. Press the import button and then OK. After we're done importing, we note that the M12 Touch saved all the data of the drum kit. Each pad has the name of the original WAV file programmed on the DTX. If wanted, we can add a picture for any pad. For example, a snare picture that we already downloaded on the iPad. We have to keep in mind that multi-touch does not store drum kit sounds, but simply import all the parameters. We listen to the waves from the DTX. In other words, the iPad acts as a controller. Let's start by changing some parameters. For example, the snare voice that we find in pad 8. We press the same pad 8 on the iPad, then we choose a new snare voice. We press voice, then layer A, then voice. Here we can find a huge library of waves that is stored on the DTX for each type of percussions. We pick another type of snare, then we try on the DTX until we find what we want. Then we press X to leave. We can do the same if needed with the other pads. For example, pad 7, kick. We choose a new kick. We adjust in a second step the drum kit mix by pressing the Edit button until we reach the pad's control panel. We select the volume parameter and then we can adjust the level for the entire kit or for each pad separately. For example, pad 8, snare, pad 7 for the kick. Some pads can contain more than one sound or wave when they are programmed as multi-layers pads. We will explain this in another video. To change the level for each layer separately, all you need to do is to press the plus button to see the 4 layers. In this example, there's only one layer, which is layer A. We can also adjust the effects by pressing the Rev button. Then we adjust the reverb value for the whole kit or for each pad separately, as we did it for the volume parameter. We can also change the tuning of each pad separately by pressing Parameter, then Tune Output. We choose pad, then we change the tuning by changing this value. Once we finish all the adjustment, press Done. We save the drum kit as a user kit. We press the Save button. We give it a new name, for example, Chudo Kit. Then we pick an empty folder on the DTX on the user kit. And we press Export on the M-Touch. On the DTX, we press the Start button and we can note that we have a new user kit named Chudo Kit, saved on the DTX memory. Of course, DTX contains a huge amount of samples. More than 90 types of kicks, 127 types of snare, 76 types of toms, etc.